at getroman.com/vday.
America has been riveted this week by the tale of a young congresswoman's harrowing brush with death at the hands of insurrectionists. In case you've been in Malawi or locked away in federal prison and somehow missed it, here's the scariest part.
I jump into my bathroom and I close the door, and I just keep hearing these bang, bang, bang. I open the door when all of a sudden I hear that whoever was trying to get inside got into my office. And I just hear, "Where is she? Where is she?" And this was the moment where I thought everything was over.
Everything was over. As we said, harrowing. And actually, we can't really take credit for that description because that's exactly what the rest of the media said too, harrowing. It's like that one three-syllable word occurred to all of us at precisely the same moment. Weird. Watch.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has given a harrowing account of her experience on January 6th.
A harrowing and emotional account of what happened to her during the Capitol riot.
It's one of the most harrowing accounts so far. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, tell that harrowing story.
The harrowing story of how she hid from attackers during the Capitol riot.
Boom, boom, boom.
Disclosing new harrowing details.
They've never met anyone so brave. What they don't know is that surviving the white nationalist coup d'etat on January 6th was merely Sandy Cortez's latest feat of death-defying bravery. For the world's most interesting congresswoman, fleeing for her life from a mob of bloodthirsty terrorists in horned Viking hats in downtown Washington, just another day at the office. She's been doing that kind of thing for years. It's what she does. Back a long time ago, when America faced off against the last outbreak of global Trumpist fascism, AOC didn't pause. She put her climate activism at BU on hold, and she rose to the call. Sandy joined the famed Tuskegee Air Persons. She flew over 16,000 missions against the enemy. For her work saving democracy, Sandy won the coveted Victoria Cross for gallantry. It accented her uniform. Once she returned, a grateful nation showed its thanks with a 100% recycled ticker tape parade. But the job of defending democracy is never done. When we learned that our sacred American norms, yes, our norms, when we found that our norms faced a new and even more diabolical threat, an election hacked by Russian spies, lesser members of Congress merely complained about it. They held hearings and stuff. Not Sandy. She flew right to Moscow and did something brave. Here she is in the ring, boxing face-to-face with Vladimir Putin himself. One bruising round, victory by knockout. But Sandy didn't waste time celebrating with some fancy champagne party. Back home, her country needed her. Thanks to climate change, America had to be knocked down and rebuilt completely from the ground up. Older, paler lawmakers held boring debates about infrastructure funding. Those meant nothing to Sandy. She got to work. Here she is, casually eating a healthy lunch on a steel girder high above city streets with her fellow diverse blue-collar working people friends as she constructed the LEED-certified Empire State Building. Look carefully at that picture. Not a harness or a net in sight. Sometimes the need is so great there isn't time for safety. Could Sandy have fallen hundreds of stories to her death below while eating her kale and portobello pita? Of course she could have. But she didn't think about that. Not while millions of our most vulnerable continue to die in earthquakes caused by climate change. As Sandy often says on Instagram, it's about priorities. And her priority now is saving the human race from extinction. And not just the human race, the animal race too. Sandy's no speciesist. Within weeks, scientists tell us, Central Park will be crowded with millions of homeless, sweating polar bears fleeing the melting ice caps up north. Who will lead the polar bears home? We think you know. Everything we just showed you can be found on the internet and is therefore true. Unfortunately, in this fallen world, it is possible that unscrupulous right-wing racists will attempt to undermine or mischaracterize with information some of these achievements. In case that happens, we encourage you to notify our donors at Google and Facebook and have those people silenced immediately. Thank you. What happened to GameStop stock last week wasn't just about Wall Street. It was a battle bigger than that, a battle about censorship and control of the economy, and it hasn't ended. One of the founders of PayPal has thought a lot about the implications of what we've been watching. David Sachs joins us after the break.
Did you know silver might be the most useful commodity on